I'm Vanessa.
I'm Royal.
And this is Exposed.
Episode 15. And let's just stand up because you have to check out what we have wearing. Like, we got the Paris Hilton. Stop being straight, start being gay, bitch. It's Pride Month. Okay?
And that's right. It's your choice to start.
Exactly. Being gay is a choice. You heard it here first. JK. Born this way. We love Lady Gaga.
Yes, exactly. Obviously, this is like a reference to Paris Hilton's shirt that says like "Stop being poor," which I always thought was like photoshopped. But like, that's wild of her. That what a queen.
Right.
If you want these shirts, they're actually like Paris Hilton. Like she created this merch line.
It's her merch.
But 100% of the proceeds go to Rainbow Road, so that helps people in countries around the world. LGBTQIA, which for some reason their website doesn't have A, but plus
asexual erasure.
Yeah, for those of you that think it's ally, but they help people who face violence and oppression get to somewhere where they can get to safety.
Shout out. We love that. We really do.
Stunning stuff.
Also, for the rest of the time, I feel like our shirts really are just going to look like stop being and start being.
Yeah, so no photoshopping weird things.
Yeah, right.
But today's topics.
A judge finally approves the right gender marker for passports. As you probably heard, trans people were getting the wrong gender marker from their, passports. And a judge was like, that's unconstitutional, Trump admin. So that's a win.
There's a bunch of Trump stuff that we have written down, but
we may be at a WAR. I honestly don't know how much we can talk about that. But
yeah, honestly, like the state of the world is like really annoying and like depressing. Quite depressing me, so I might not even want to talk about that.
No, legitimately.
Like I have all this like political stuff written down. I'm just like, I don't want to even talk about this. Like that makes me so like devastated and depressed. But
I know, right? And we're filming this before the mayoral election, so
I voted today.
We're either happy or we're not. We're either happy or we're not.
Ice raids.
Yeah, ice raids. Eric Adams is trying to be like a fuck ass influencer. Like, what are we doing here? You know?
Last time we just got so distracted, we forgot to talk about Kylie Jenner.
Yeah, I have this whole thing to talk about, like with plastic surgery and other things. But
am I getting too woke?
No.
More to come.
You're falling. Next week is gonna be like Vanessa's falling down the all right pipeline. She's like, wait,
I have the MAGA hat on. Just kidding. This is all. It says New York
on Pride Month. I can't believe you. No, but it is Pride weekend, so shout out. I guess like when this comes out, it will be.
Yeah.
So, anyways, what have we been up to?
Hello, elephant in the room. You got a fucking tattoo,
bitch. Let me show this shit.
So she still has the wrap on, and she's a little bloodied, but it looks stunning.
Like you don't know how happy I am because I was like really nervous and. All of my friends who wasn't their fault couldn't go. None of my friends. I literally asked probably 5 people.
Okay, you asked me though to leave my job.
I know that's why I said it wasn't
in the middle of the day.
I would. So it's my fault. Oh, fuck me then. No, like
I mean a little bit. Pick a time when we can come.
Listen, that's what the tattoo artist had.
That's
but
fair.
so like I was like sad about that. But honestly. I was in the Uber going to the appointment because it was like middle of Bushwick, okay? And my requirements were they gotta be queer as fuck, like, and it's gotta be, I don't know, like somewhere in Bushwick or something, okay? So I found this really great tattoo artist. Their name's Ocean. And their handle is baby PHAG. I probably can't say that on here. I probably can't say that on YouTube.
Got it. So you were locked in immediately.
Oh my God. I was like, this is exactly who I want. And they were so chill. And I'll link them down in the description. Okay. So I got there and they were like, can you wear a mask, please? And I was like, this is the person who I want. So I go in and they mock something up, and literally right as they show me the mock up, I'm like, oh, this is exactly what I want. Like, and I'll put up a picture like a bigger right here of the actual tattoo when they finished it. But right as I saw that stencil, it literally kind of like quenched all of my anxieties and fears because it was exactly how I pictured it. Because I like have been obsessed with this like script type and things. And they done stuff like this before. And it was so chill. Like,
it looks so good.
Right as I saw the stencil on like their iPad, and then they actually like printed it out and put it on me, I was like, oh my fucking God. Like, no regrets, to be honest. No regrets.
Recycling that joke from last
oh
time.
yeah oh yeah And then I was just laying down there, and honestly, so chill. Like, didn't to me it felt like someone was just like scratching me really hard in one place.
Yeah.
And I do have to say this. They were like, your skin is so good. You're like the ideal skin for like tattooing. And I was like, stop. Like, don't hype me up like that.
Royal like can't leave an establishment without getting a compliment.
Stop,
like
don't.
That was kind of a weird one. Like, I don't know if I've ever heard. Is there like specific skin that's better?
Yeah, well,
I
it's
guess
just
like aging skin is not
usually
easy.
they're like it needs to be like really moisturized and stuff. And I was like, oh babe, like I basically morning and night, like I moisture every time I get out of the shower. It's full body, like you know, body butter or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just shaved my legs that morning because I was like, I don't want to be prickly for you. Like, I want to make sure. And I was telling them, I was like, I want to make sure you have like the best conditions possible because I don't want you to F this up. Like, but it was so effing chill. And they were like about to fill it in, and they were like, oh, do you want numbing cream? And I was like, no. I'm like, I'm just a brave girl.
No.
Like, I don't need that. But it took like an hour and a half probably. And so chill. They were really great. Like, again, queer, non-binary. And I was like, this is like exactly who I need. They had like Free Palestine stuff up in the studio. And overall, it was just so chill. And literally, I was telling them, I was like, this is exactly how I envisioned it. Like, legitimately, again, like I said, when I saw that stencil, I was like, this is so perfect. And I am like so happy with how it turned out. And now I'm like, it's just like so good. And I made sure like it pokes out a little bit when I'm wearing like shorts or something, because I just kind of think that's like the sexiest thing ever.
Yeah, it's my favorite when like you can see this tiniest about a little peek of the tattoo. But yeah, have you just been standing in front of the mirror all day long? Like,
oh,
damn.
Friday night I went out, and I'll talk about it later, but Friday night I went out, and then I got home and I was just like standing in front of the mirror being like, this is so fucking sexy.
Yeah.
Like, so happy with it. And I'm so glad, because I was like, first of all, if I don't like it that much, like, okay, it's on my body forever. Like, I just need to accept that. But no, bitch, I love this shit so much.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so happy. And I think it really sets, like, a good, like, precedent for all the other tattoos I want to get. I feel like it's, like, a good, like, starter for the vibe, you know?
Yeah, it's in a good spot. And also, I feel like the second you got a tattoo, you're like, all right, next one.
No,
ready.
legitimately. I'm like, okay, wait, what other ones can I get? And, like, I definitely want to go back to them because it was such a good experience, you know?
I know. I'm, like, psycho in my brain. I'm like, I want my the same tattoo artist to do my whole body.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, I don't know. I just, like, she has such a unique style that I feel like putting another tattoo next to it would, like, clash or something. But I'm sure eventually I would get something different.
I'm like, yeah, I really want to stay, like, similar style. Like, honestly, I'm kind of like, I don't know if I want to get anything like color, or if it'd have to be very specific. But yeah, I'm very happy with how it turned out. And now it's just sitting in the second skin, bacon, okay?
Yeah, it's not itchy yet, right?
No. And I literally was like to them, I was like, you don't got to worry about me not doing anything wrong, because I am going to treat this so well, because I have like the most vested interest in just making sure it looks the best it can, you know? But I'm just excited to when I can wear shorts again and like have it just look really fucking sexy. I know it sounds kind of vain, but like I'm so happy I got it.
No, it like is such a boost of confidence and like
It
dopamine.
really
Every time
is.
you look in the mirror, you're like, I fucking love
No,
this.
legitimately.
Yeah, I feel like I think the statistic is like 1 in 12 people regret their tattoo, and I'm like,
Okay.
I'm all right. That's a pretty good odd, like you know. So super stoked.
Yay!
I voted today. I just came
hot.
back.
That's hot.
Thank you. It was early voting, and I'm gonna be busy on Tuesday, so I did my.
And
my
you ranked
voting.
Cuomo, right?
Right.
Number
yeah.
one.
Actually, number 1.
No. Fake news.
No. But it was cute. Like when I was going there was like so many people, and every time a person who was like just registered to vote for the first time, they'd be like ring a bell, and it was cute. I was like, oh my god. Yeah, and they were all saying like, oh, we haven't had turnout like this in so long.
Really?
Yeah. So I think like Zoran's got the people excited.
That's really good. That makes me excited. And again, we're doing this before the mayoral election. So here's hoping.
Unless it's all the landlords that came to like vote for Cuomo.
Right. I'm like, babe, let's freeze the rent. I'm not trying to have that.
Yeah.
That percentage raise on my next lease renewal.
Mm-hmm.
But you went to yoga.
I did. So I went to yoga. I have been very stressed out this week, and I haven't been like doing any exercise in forever. So I went to yoga, and they did this like, it's like a Buddhist yoga class, and they like were like, okay, so this class we're doing 3 Jewels, by the way, shout out, already shouted them out, but they're great.
Again,
they were like, we're gonna do a class where we dedicate this to kindness, so like think about 5 times you were kind this week. And I was sitting there like crickets. I was like, damn, I am a bitch. I am nasty as hell. I was like, the only thing I could think of, I was like, I am so nice to Bonnie.
You're like, I love my dog.
I'm just like I was really kind to her when I did this, and then I was like, damn, all right. But like also it's like I kind of got put on the spot there. I was like, what would I like really consider kindness? But like she was like, when you held the door open for someone. I was like, all right, that's like small. But yeah, then I left there feeling a little bit like, got called out a bit for being a bit of a bitch.
Gotta be nice
but
now.
you know, I gotta be nice to me. Okay?
And I've noticed, like, Vanessa usually is calling me up, yelling at me, why isn't the podcast edited yet? I need to watch it. I need to see how many times you messed up.
Whoa, all right.
Just kidding. That's only happened like twice. No,
yeah, so I'm really working on it in yoga class. But yeah, so that was good. I've been like really needing to like take care of myself mentally.
Shout out.
Yeah, so I stopped lashing out at you.
I'm glad. This is good for me too.
No, but we did the other like exercise thing that we did is we went on a run, which we said we were going to, and we did.
We did, and it was so great. Like we went to the park. Vanessa was like, okay, we're gonna meet. Like we were like gonna meet in the middle. So I was like, you know what? Let me jog to where we're meeting in Prospect Park. I was winded. I was like, damn, I think that was the run.
No, yeah. Like I was like having cramps on my way over. I was like, like I'm like texting Royal where I'm meeting up, and I was in between like.
No, I was like stopping frequently just to walk, you know.
Yeah, I like running with Bonnie because like she'll stop to pee and stuff, so I get to like pretend that it's not that I'm winded. It's like, oh, I'm waiting for the dog, you know.
No, yeah,
but yeah,
it was nice. We like just ran around the park, and then when we left, you were like, oh, I'm gonna run back. And then I was like, you know what? That's not a bad idea if I run back to my apartment. So I like jogged back, and I like honestly, I didn't really stop. I only stopped for like the stoplights, partially because I was like pacing myself.
Yeah.
But it was like feeling good. I felt like I kind of like for some reason had like a little burst of energy.
Yeah, not to like blame you, but when I was like, oh, I'm gonna run back, you're like, really? I'm not. And so then, and I was running back, I was like, oh, well, Royal's not gonna run back. I don't need to run back. And then I just like stopped running.
We had the opposite.
I was like, God damn it, you mind tricked me.
No, but then I was like going hard, and like I'm like getting onto my block, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna slow down before I get to my apartment. I'm gonna keep going, and I went hard.
Okay.
Absolutely killed my legs. The next day, I literally felt like a 65-year-old woman like hobbling through my apartment. Then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna like go into the city because I want to go out. And I like walked around in the city, fucked my legs up even more. I wake up the next day like, oh, literally I could like barely walk. And I was like, damn, I like went way too hard. But
God.
It was good because I was like, okay, now I know I like need to pace myself and not go as hard. But it was honestly nice. Like it was good.
I was like a bit sore, but I was mainly just realizing like how like creaky my like body is, and that's why I was like, okay, I need to go to yoga. And then when I was like coming back from yoga, I forgot to talk about this. I was in like such a peaceful, blissful vibe that I'm like leaving the subway, and I like get a text on my phone that would like kind of like shocked me, and I fucking missed the stair and fell so hard that like all the people around me were like, oh my God, like trying to help me. And like that's when you know you fall hard as shit, because like New Yorkers don't be doing that.
Oh my God, absolutely.
And I like fell on my elbow, my butt, and like my hands were all scratched up. And I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I'm at the age where I get like 2 more of those, and then I'm like hospital, like broken limbs.
Oh
but yeah, God. Thankfully, like this big tush saved my ass.
Exactly.
Literally.
Exactly.
Yeah, devastating.
Okay, like I had 2 nights recently where I got back home at 4 a.m., which like really never happens for me. And one of the nights, girl, I get into this Uber, they're playing some jazz, and I literally was like, wait, no, this is perfect, because like I love jazz so much. It's like my favorite genre, one of mine. And it was such a vibe. And honestly, it's really great because you're like drunk and just like going in the Uber, and I was like, my life is so crazy right now. Like,
I love that.
It was so beautiful and kind of mysterious. And honestly, I am kind of a proponent. I wish every Uber driver going home at like 4 a.m. would put on some jazz just so I could like...
Absolute viber.
No, it really was. And I literally told him, I was like, wait, this is great jazz. I love jazz. And he was like, I do too. And I was like, shut out.
Yeah, obviously he's playing it. It's like, no, I hate it.
No, I know. And it was kind of funny. But he was like tapping along to it and stuff. I was like, you're a real jazz enjoyer. I can tell. But,
sorry. I need to go get my prop really quick so I can tell you about the next thing. And I'm so sorry. You have to cut here.
Get your prop cut.
Okay, I'm back. So my coworker, it's Ty. Hi, girl, if you're seeing this. And she introduced me to this thing that it's like a pack of menthol, and you're supposed to sniff it when you're like feeling nauseous or something.
It's like a neon green little bottle. And
if you've ever seen those TikToks where there's people holding things like this that are just like right here, and it looks like some kind of like vape thing, because like people are like sticking that shit in their nostrils so bad. That is this. So she had showed it to me, and then when I went to my yoga class, they were having the like big packs of it.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, oh my God, I need it, because that shit like is so strong.
Oh my God, yeah.
But yeah, so like... It's insane. Like, it looks like this. There's like a bunch of different variations, but when I showed my coworker that I bought the green one, it was like this big round one. She was like, girl, I have more. Like, really? And she brought me this. And this is like a single pack one, so I've been like going around like sniffing it. Yeah. And it's literally just menthol, which is like peppermint oil or whatever.
That's great.
But that's allegedly, if you do too much, you can have seizures. So.
Oh my God.
Not of like this specifically, but I just menthol in particular. So I gotta look up how much that is. But yeah, I was like, okay, so this like literally like, I don't know what it does, but it like really gets you like boom, locked in. So my plan is when I go get my foot tattoo, I'm gonna have the thing and just like sniff it. We'll see. But this Thursday I went to the Pearl Box, which is like this really cute like bar. It's like got like, yeah, it's got like 3 floors, and they're each like different restaurant things or whatever. But it's like meant to be like Studio 54 vibes or whatever. Yeah, like I don't know. That's kind of their shtick. But the interior design is gorgeous. So like I had really been wanting to go. We went after like this art gallery.
Nice.
And before the art gallery, we had a drink, which was a dirty martini. And then I went to Pearl Box.
You love your dirty martinis.
I love my dirty martinis. If you a bad bitch, you know. But then we go to the Pearl Box, and I'm like, okay, they have like these really cute little candy dishes. And then I was just looking at all their little appetizers and stuff. So I got myself like wine downstairs. And then the people I'm with are getting drinks. And then I see there's caviar service.
Oh, this girl got the caviar.
And I've been saying to myself, like, oh my God, you need to save money, stop spending on random shit. And girl, groceries for the week gone like that.
Oh my God.
Okay, this was my dumb ass. It says on the menu, caviar service, $25, which is the same amount as a drink. So I was like, oh, everyone else is getting drinks. I just will get caviar.
I know,
instead.
I'm like, that's like not bad. Like,
well, because that's not the price. So caviar service is just like for them to
bring
just
it
to enter the caviar thing.
My
like
God.
You don't even get caviar with that, you know?
Damn.
So, but it's like this gorgeous tray of caviar and like little chips and all the dippings and shit. And then I have to pay another $75 for the caviar.
You just like big ball and dropping $100.
I had no fucking idea.
Love these fish eggs, babe. Love them.
I was like, oh, that's not bad at all. Like, let me get that. And then like when he was asking me, like the waiter was like, oh, so how much caviar do you want? And I was like, oh, this is gonna be an extra charge here. But I was already a little in too deep, and
right.
I was doing the girl math. I was like, if I don't get a drink, then this means that I can have caviar.
Oh my God.
And
was
then,
it good?
Oh, it was fucking excellent.
Oh my
and
God, I can imagine.
they like, it's for each person who wants to have caviar, you have to pay $25.
Really?
So I was like sneaking everybody like chips
A
of
little
caviar. I was like, here's a little bump.
That is so funny.
But then after, they also have like candy dishes, which are so cute. They're in these like gorgeous glass trays.
Okay, you'll have to airdrop to me.
Yeah, so we can show you. But it looks so stunning. I didn't take a picture of the caviar service because I'm an idiot.
That was what I saw on, like, I saw TikTok about it. And that's what they were talking about.
Yeah,
you know?
maybe I can find it on their website and send you a picture, and then you can show that clip. But
or
like,
it just won't. Or I'm just going to be lazy and not.
Yeah, but
knows?
you guys can look it up.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't have this around me. It's like I'm addicted. I literally am not a vapor. I don't do no like dabs or pens or nothing. But like you put some menthol around me, it's over.
Well, we're gonna take a break, and I'm gonna have an intervention with Vanessa, and we'll be right back. And then we're talking about the lot of stuff.
Oh wait, I'm so sorry, but I did bring this menthol thing up because when I came back from the Pearl Box, I was like so nauseous. So I was like laying in bed and the room was spinning, and then I was just sticking this up my nose, and I felt perfect.
Oh my God, great. That's amazing.
So that's a little trick. Okay, we'll be back.
Okay, we're back, and we're back with a win for the dolls, for the boys, all the trans people, okay? Because a judge ruled that if you hadn't heard, some background, if you hadn't heard, trans people were putting in passport applications and then getting back the wrong gender marker. So the trans girls were getting a little M when it was supposed to be flipped upside down for a W for woman, actually an F, but whatever. And you know, I know a story of a trans person who got their document, they sent out their documents and they got them back literally like burned and ripped up and like ruined. But
oh my gosh,
shout out a judge. You know, I think the ACLU went and put a lawsuit forth, and a judge ruled that what the Trump admin was doing was unconstitutional and that they have to put the preferred gender marker. So it's a win, babes. It's a win. F you, Trump. Okay. You know, and I think that's a lot of stuff that he's doing is, you know, put out these executive orders, and then literally what happens, you get them challenged in court, and then they get them, you know, repealed. That's why Trump doesn't like all these judges, okay?
Yeah.
Checks and balances, that man does not like. Big surprise here. Big surprise here.
Yeah, and we can't really say much about it, but he just did something like that
without asking Congress.
Without asking Congress, gave Iran a little something, and like put us into a WAR.
I love the times that we're living in. I just feel so peaceful, and I just feel like the world is, like we're going
like
in an
tranquil.
amazing direction.
Yeah, it's like I've never been so free and at peace and America first.
Literally, America first. Wait a minute. Maybe you need to get more woke. No. Girl, like, okay, everybody's getting the Labubus. It's a trend. I'll say it's a trend. I'm sorry if you're getting a Labubu right now. It's a trend. Okay.
Yeah, no, the Labubus. I just like don't understand these like creepy weird dolls. Like,
yeah, I'm not a fan of Labubus. I'm not a fan of Sunny Angels. I'm like, if you want to get that, more power to you. I'm just gonna judge you, and I'm gonna think you're weird and you're creepy and you're gross.
Yeah, I saw this picture of someone who clipped a life-size Teletubby onto their bag, and they're like, "This is what you guys look like." Like, I don't know. I just never understood it, and like the face is like pretty creepy. And why are you a grown adult carrying around a toy?
I'm just like not a big doll person. I would say like growing up, I didn't really like. I thought Cabbage Patch Kids were a little creepy.
They are creepy too. Like, what is that?
We're just like kind of so morally superior.
Yeah,
than everybody.
We're so balanced and peaceful,
and we're so mature
cool.
and like.
Yeah, we're just like really well adjusted, as you can tell.
Of course, the sparkly hat is like the most mature thing you can wear.
Yeah, I like that I'm judging others while in this outfit. I like had like deliveries and I kept just showing up to the door like, what's up? But yeah, I don't know. Okay. I mean, like, more power to you if you're into the Labubus. Well, I just feel like, what the fuck? Yeah, there was one that sold for $31,000.
I'm like, oh, so they're the new Beanie Babies. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. You could just, yeah.
I feel like reseller culture has gotten so out of hand. It's like with the Labubus, it's with the Sunny Angels, it's with like the Pokemon cards, and it's just a little like I can't handle that. Like, people are literally selling it for so much money. And again, I'm sorry. Yeah, there are people who like that stuff and there are people who enjoy it, but at the same time, like, it is a trend, and obviously 75% of the people who have a Labubu bought it, and then in the next 2-3 months like aren't going to be using it anymore.
Yeah,
like that. And obviously like that is just how trends work, and we all fall into that, but it's not for me.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm sure I've done stupid shit like that in the past. So like I can't really right? Like I'm right now like backtracking so that when I do some like weird ass thing that I'm carrying around that's trendy.
Well, no, it's bad for everyone else, but it's fine when we do
it. Yeah. Like really wasteful of you to just like throw out this like plastic thing, even though like Royal and I have this one-time use glasses is on. But it's fine.
No, and then, God, like, I'm sorry, tomato to Eric Adams, okay? Everything this effing man, like, literally, he's one of the worst people ever. Like, everything this man does is dumb, stupid, and just, like, dumb, okay?
Mm-hmm. He was, like, doing this, like, thing on TikTok that was like day in my life, and he was like, it was just weird. Like, I can just tell this man does not have the marketing team that like Zoran has.
He's like so vain and self-centered, and honestly just so out of touch. Like,
yeah, like he was like in his like industrial kitchen, like he must have like some kind of mansion, and he was like making a smoothie from Saratoga, that like blue water that costs like $1 billion.
Well, do you know why? Because it was this whole video with this guy, like, what was his name? Ashton Hall. It's a whole thing, but he was basing it off of this like trend that people were doing, making fun of another guy. But I'm like, babe, didn't you have corruption charges? Like, yeah, what's going on here?
It was also like in the background, you could hear him listening to like a mega church pastor, and I was just like, oh,
some Joel Osteen.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just like, all right, my guy, like, go off.
God, what an idiot. Ugh. Anyways,
watch our TikTok stuff.
Ice, again, tomato, F ice so much. Like, they've been kind of in my neighborhood.
Every neighborhood. I have like the Citizen app and like also Reddit notifications, and I keep every day I get a notification for that they're in a different spot in Brooklyn or in New York, and it's like,
thankfully, I think like, you know, New York and obviously like LA, our communities are rallying around making sure everybody knows they're there and how they can combat them, and like it's so insane. I really hope like, I don't know, something changes soon, because this is literally like 1942 era, I feel like, type things, you know. Obviously I can't say what it feels like, but a certain mustache man, like it's very like legitimately it's very reminiscent of what the certain officers would do around then with when they're masked and they're just taking people, you know.
I mean, they're literally arresting like US citizens
legitimately,
and like they want to end birthright citizenship, which is literally, they're like, that's unconstitutional. I'm like, that's literally in the Constitution.
Exactly. It's so insane, and the Democrats aren't doing shit. Like legitimately, I think now more than ever, it's just showing how like, you know, a lot of the Democrats program, what am I trying to say, like, you know, oh, we got to move more towards the right. We can't go more towards the left. And we got to like pander
They're
to.
Just getting more and more moderate.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is so insane. And a lot of the Democrats are supporting ICE. And, you know, there's that whole like letter that it was either the House of Representatives or the Senate put out that was like thanking ICE for what they're doing. And a bunch of Democrats signed that letter. And I just think that's really insane. But I think it really just shows how much, I don't know. I have so many effing thoughts, and it makes me like really angry. And it's F ICE, okay?
Making me like super depressed.
If you like ICE, don't watch this podcast, okay? Like,
I don't know. Like, I'm an immigrant of this country, and I just feel like that was like one of the most difficult things to do. It took like my family 10 years to get citizenship.
Absolutely.
And like this entire process was horrible, difficult as hell. Like, and it's, I don't know, it's not really like what this country was founded on. It's like, you know, bring us, you're poor, you're tired, you're hungry. Like that's like what New York is. It's supposed to be a sanctuary city that like brings people, and that they're supposed to have the right to, you know, explain their reason for fleeing and why they're seeking asylum.
It's that good old Christian love. Good old Christian love.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
like, everything I've been seeing has just been so depressing, and I'm like, I don't even know what we're supposed to do in this situation. Did you hear about Brad Lander?
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. One of the mayoral candidates got arrested by ICE.
Yeah.
Like detained.
Yeah, because he was like helping people get to their appointments for like this, like they're like legally protected to have this right to like plead their case in front of a judge for why they're there.
And they didn't even, they didn't even let him get in. And Brad Lander was like, show me your warrant, like show me your papers of what you're saying. And they take him. Yeah. And they detained him for like several hours down at City Hall. Mm-hmm. You know, like Governor Hochul came out and stuff, and it was so insane.
Yeah, I was seeing like, I got the like notification on my Citizen app, and it said like, mayoral candidate has been arrested or detained by ICE. And I like clicked it, and it was like a live stream from when he was getting arrested. And literally he's just like grabbing onto the guy that he was, basically he was there to accompany people who are going to their appointments and make sure that everything is being lawful. And that's something you can do. Mm-hmm. And you can volunteer to go with people to make sure that everything that they're doing is lawful. But it's crazy that even he, having all this press on him, didn't even stop ICE agents from like arresting him.
Masked as well.
Yeah,
you know?
They said that it was they detained him because he had assaulted an ICE agent.
And there's a video.
I watched it. He was like, you guys have seen the videos. Exactly. Like, I did not do that. Like, I don't even know what to say at this point.
They will just lie at every twist and turn. And, you know, the people who really need to hear the truth aren't receptive, and they just feed into the lies. And that's the horrible thing about this is, you know, they're just going to say whatever they want. They're going to twist the words however they want. And a lot of people will believe them. So it's like, it doesn't even matter. You know, it doesn't even matter that there's video anymore. But that, it's insane that like that's the type of state we are, like the state that we're in this country. We feel so happy, and I just like am always cheerful all the time, seeing all this news, and I feel amazing about all of it. Like, oh my God,
I know. I like seeing I have like shit about Trump. I don't even want to go there. It's like so.
Legitimately, it's
all right. Let's get out of this depressing politics talk, because like I know you guys all signed up to hear a political commentary from Royal and I.
I know. What do we have that's happy? Like not stuff. I have stuff about Kylie Jenner and like.
Yeah, it's more like anger and aggression. So maybe I need to go back to kindness yoga.
Yeah, I know. What's something I'm happy about? I'm happy I got this tattoo.
Yeah, actually, I can give you a New York's hottest club.
Yeah, let's do that.
New York's hottest club is the Clinic, girl. City MD, baby. I don't know about you, but like I have not had health insurance for a very long time in New York, and up until like just recently I got it. But City MD, like they're there for you. A
lot of COVID tests done there.
Yeah,
for me.
A lot of COVID tests done. Maybe I contracted a little something had to go. And let me just tell you, like, because on every little block, like, super easy to go to. Like, I don't know. I was walking past one the other day and I was like, wow, I have like core memories. It's empty.
No, I really do too.
Yeah, because like also I just like am someone that doesn't like to go to the doctor. I don't like to go to like a hospital if I have to go. Like I do not like that.
Really?
No, I don't. I hate that. Like actually I don't think I could ever be a doctor or nurse because I can't stand hospitals.
I can't remember. When was the last time? I can't remember the last time I went to a hospital for myself. I'm not joking. It was like 10 plus years ago. Like, wow. But obviously, I hope I don't have to go to the hospital.
Yeah, knock on wood. But if you need to go get checked up, go to City MD, dude. If you, I don't know, you do what you want. But like, I really love City MD. I was walking past there the other day, and it was just like, damn, like. You're really there for New Yorkers. Like, they're on every block.
They really are. There's so many of them. No, yeah. Deep into the pandemic, like, I would be standing there in the lines, like, even before they opened to try and get a COVID test. But obviously, essential workers, you know? So, shout out City MD. I'm trying to think of what my New York's hottest club is. And now I'm, like, looking through my photos, being like, where have I gone recently? Where have I gone? But New York's hottest club is the friends we made along the way, you know? I don't know. I really don't have anything. Media Rex recently. What have I'm going to look at my liked songs. Oh, Pink Panther's released a new song that like she like teased it and it was like unreleased probably 2-3 years ago, and the fans came through, and so she finally released it. It's called Close to You, and I love it. Sophie also released a bunch of stuff that wasn't on Spotify, so I've been listening to Get Higher. Such a classic, and like some other stuff. Like, I'm so glad they did that with Sophie. And then also, what else? I don't know, a Jane Remover. Like, I think I said this last week too, but a lot of Jane Remover. And then watch the second Final Destination. So I've watched 1 and 2.
I watched the stupidest shit yesterday.
What?
Something in Kumar go to White Castle.
Oh, Harold and Kumar
go to White Castle.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd recommend it, but I had a great time giggling.
Very early 2000s. Like, obviously it's like
it's like a high movie. Like, it's like
what
super
do they
bad
call it?
vibe.
It's like a pop culture. It's in like the zeitgeist, you know. It's a very, very famous movie.
Yeah, like stupid, but like had a great time. If you want to watch something that does not make your brain work, like Neil Patrick Harris is in it.
Is it definitely like racist? I feel like it's probably like like aged poorly. Like
the jokes were because like the main characters are Asian, so like
of course,
the jokes were around that. But yeah, I giggled. Not at that specifically, but like they had moments that were just ridiculous. And
Totally.
they're like riding a cheetah at some point to go to White Castle. Like it's about their entire
Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah, it's about their entire like little adventure from being stoned on the couch to getting to White Castle, and they go through some trials and tribulations.
Definitely a classic for a lot of people.
All right, so I wanted to ask, like, am I getting too woke? I understand. So, all right, preface. I have a dog, Bonnie, and she is like super athletic. She's a little wiener dog and runs.
You've seen her on the pod.
Yeah, runs fast as hell. Loves to swim, can pick up really giant sticks. Like, I'm talking 6-foot sticks. She'll pick that up.
It is so funny.
Yeah,
they're like way bigger and longer than her.
Yeah, they're like 15 times her size, and she walks around with these things. But like, she is like the greatest swimmer I've ever seen. I don't know, something with the buoyancy of her body. But like, I go on runs with her. I take her to the dog like beach all the time, and she is just like incredible, dude. Like, she goes to the park and I start throwing sticks at the dog beach.
It is
and
so
she
fun.
Swims and does laps all day long. And it like draws up a crowd because you don't really see like a really buff ass like dachshund like ever. But every single time she does something athletic, people are like, oh my God, he's so talented. He's so strong. He's so fast. And I'll be like I will purposely be like, good girl, come here. And like people keep being like, wow, what a strong boy. And I'm like, what the fuck?
That is not too low.
No, because that genuinely pisses me off. I'm like, why?
God, of course, you're like, yeah, why are you assuming it's a man?
Yeah, because like she's buff as hell.
Exactly.
She can't be girly pop.
Because she's like, breaking down gender roles.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I also understand that like people think in like the cats are girls and dogs are boys vibe, but like I don't know. It's something about it only happens when she's like doing something buff as hell that it really pisses me off.
No, like, I totally get that. It does annoy me too when people are like instantly, I'm like, you can't just ask. Like, come on. Or give a little they, them. Dogs can be non-binary too, guys. Okay.
Yeah. No, I think I like wrote this down because specifically last time I was at the park, this like group of like teens, or I don't even know, they weren't even teens, they were full adults, but they were like watching her, and I kept throwing the stick and be like, good girl, Bonnie, come here, and they were repeatedly talking about how impressive he is, and I was like, come on, I'm literally correcting you.
You're like, good girl, Bonnie.
Yeah, I'm like, what I don't know. I feel like I'm getting a little too pressed.
You never can be.
But that shit was annoying me. I was like, why? Because like she's buff as fuck. Anyway.
Exactly. Go Bonnie.
I'm like seeing the reflection of myself in this. I'm like,
all right.
Can't take myself seriously.
Should we close this out?
Yeah, I think you guys have heard us ramble long enough.
Exactly. Thanks for watching. Follow us on Instagram. Follow me and Vanessa on Instagram. And that's the end of episode 15. That was hot. We'll see you next week.
Bye.